Hey guys! Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to talk about a topic that has been making waves, the Stone Men of Game of Thrones. If you're a fan of the series, you've probably heard of these mysterious characters who inhabit the ruins of Valyria. And if you don't know them yet, don't worry because I'll explain everything in detail for you. But before we get into this subject, I want to ask a question. Who here has ever wondered what life would be like for Game of Thrones characters if they had cell phones? With so many intrigues, battles, and plots, their phones would always be buzzing with messages. Would Jon Snow have Instagram? Would Cersei Lannister be addicted to TikTok? It's something to think about. Jokes aside, let's get back to our main topic, the Stone Men. If you've watched the series, you may remember the scene where Jorah Mormont and Tyrion Lannister are attacked by these frightening beings while sailing through the narrow sea. But who are the Stone Men? Where do they come from? And what is their story in Game of Thrones? These are some of the questions we will answer throughout this video. So if you're a fan of the series and want to know more about this mystery from Valyria, just keep watching. And if you haven't seen Game of Thrones yet, I suggest watching this incredible series, but beware, it can be addictive. Who are the Stone Men? The Stone Men are a humanoid species that inhabits Valyria region, an area that was once prosperous and advanced but now lies in ruins. They are called Stone Men because they have an appearance resembling stone due to leprosy affecting their skin. Some believe they are cursed and that this appearance is divine punishment. The Stone Men in ASOIAF. Hey guys! Let's now talk about who the Stone Men of Game of Thrones are. The Stone Men are a human-like species that inhabit the ruins of the ancient city of Valyria. They are called Stone Men because they suffer from a disease called grayscale, which turns their skin into a substance similar to stone. Because of this, the Stone Men are considered undead and feared by many. But don't be fooled, guys. The Stone Men are still human beings and have feelings, dreams, and desires like any other person. They are actually victims of a terrible disease that makes them excluded from society and isolated in an abandoned and dangerous place. In the universe of Game of Thrones, the Stone Men are also seen as a threat because grayscale is highly contagious and can spread quickly. This causes many to avoid contact with them, leaving them even more isolated and lonely. Despite all this, the Stone Men are intriguing and mysterious characters that add an interesting layer to the world of Game of Thrones. They prove that appearances can be deceiving sometimes. Behind tough skin resembling stone, there may be someone with complex emotions or an exciting story. So did you enjoy learning more about the Stone Men in Game of Thrones? Share your thoughts and comments below. And if you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, make sure you do it now so you won't miss any videos on this incredible series. The Stone Men in Game of Thrones. Hey guys! Let's talk a little more about the Stone Men in ASOIAF. These intriguing beings are a fascinating addition to the Game of Thrones universe and play an important role in the story. Although they are seen as undead and excluded from society, the Stone Men have much to offer and their history is very interesting. Firstly, it is important to note that dragon scale, the disease that turns the skin of Stone Men into stone, is one of the few diseases that cannot be cured by magical means. This means that the disease is highly contagious and therefore Stone Men are isolated and excluded from society. However, not all Stone Men are equal. Some are more affected by the disease than others, and some are able to resist it for a time. In addition, the disease seems to affect those who spend more time in water more strongly, which suggests that it may be related to contact with sea creatures. The Stone Men also play an important role in ASOIAF's history, especially regarding Jorah Mormont and Tyrion Lannister. In this story, Jorah becomes infected with dragon scale, risking becoming a Stone Man himself. To avoid this, he joins forces with Tyrion on his quest for Daenerys Targaryen, desperately trying to find a cure for his illness. Furthermore, in one of ASOIAF's most memorable scenes, Jon Connington fights against a group of Stone Men alongside his men. During this fight, Connington gets injured and infected with dragon scale, putting his life at risk, adding another element of danger into their story. Finally, the Stone Men in ASOIAF serve as an example how appearances can deceive us. Despite being seen as undead, dangerous beings, they have complex emotional histories deserving respect and compassion. What do you think about learning more about these fascinating species from Game of Thrones? Leave your thoughts down below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our ASOIAF videos. Physical characteristics and abilities of Stone Men. When it comes to physical characteristics and abilities, there are some interesting things to observe about Stone Men. First of all, as mentioned earlier, they are highly resistant to grayscale, which gives them a great advantage over other people living in Westeros. But this resistance is not the only impressive thing about them. Stone Men are known for their incredible physical abilities. They are extremely agile and able to climb rocky walls with incredible ease. In addition, they can fight with exceptional skill, using their stone spears to defend themselves against any threat that may come their way. They are also known for being exceptional swimmers, which is useful considering they live on an island. Another impressive ability of Stone Men is their ability to camouflage themselves perfectly with rocks and stones around them, making them practically invisible when someone passes by. This ability is especially useful when hunting as it allows them to approach prey without being detected. In addition, stone men are known for their incredible strength. They can lift large stones easily and resist extreme weather conditions, making them even more formidable in battle. Combined with their agility and fighting skills, stone men become a force to be reckoned with. However, it's important to note that not all stone men have equal abilities or skills like any other group, but even those who aren't as skilled still possess natural abilities and resistance towards grayscale, allowing them to defend themselves and hunt effectively. In summary, the physical characteristics and abilities of stone men are truly impressive. They're agile, strong fighters capable of camouflaging themselves, making them a force recognized throughout Westeros. Curiosities about the stone men. The stone men are one of the most enigmatic races in Westeros, and there are many interesting curiosities surrounding these mysterious creatures. Here are some of the most interesting curiosities about the stone men that you probably don't know yet. The stone men are immune to grayscale. As mentioned earlier, the stone men are immune to grayscale, a terrible and deadly disease that turns people into stone. This means that even if a stone man comes into contact with someone infected with grayscale, he is not at risk of being infected. They are known for being excellent swimmers. As mentioned earlier, the stone men spend a lot of time living around water. As a result, they are skilled swimmers and can stay submerged for long periods of time. It was believed that the stone men were magical creatures. In ancient times, many people believed that the stone men were magical creatures who possessed supernatural powers. Some believed they could control tides, while others thought they could communicate with sea spirits. They're excellent archers. Despite their impressive hand-to-hand combat skills, the stone men also excel at archery. They can shoot arrows with great precision even when moving at high speeds in water. Their society is matriarchal. Unlike Western society, stonemen's society is matriarchal, which means women hold leadership positions. This is reflected in how wives choose husbands instead of vice versa. They can live for over 100 years. The stone men have an incredibly long life expectancy, and some may live for over 100 years due in part to their immunity to grayscale and resistance to diseases in general. Their culture is rich in myths and legends. The culture of stone men is rich in myths and legends passed down from generation to generation. Many stories involve magical creatures and supernatural events, suggesting that stone men have a strong connection to the spiritual world. These are just a few of the fascinating curiosities about the stone men. If you want to learn more about these mysterious creatures, it's worth exploring Westeros history in depth. Conclusion. We've come to the end of this incredible exploration of ASOIAF and Game of Thrones stone men. I hope you enjoyed learning more about this mysterious and fascinating race. Although stone men are a relatively small part of the Game of Thrones universe, they're a perfect example of George R.R. Martin's mythology's depth. Each character, race, and location has an intriguing story behind it, and stone men are no exception. From their unknown origins to their healing abilities, these stone beings are a unique and intriguing addition to the world of Game of Thrones. And now I encourage you to continue exploring and discovering more about the vast universe of Game of Thrones and ASOIAF. There are many exciting stories, intriguing characters, and fascinating mythology waiting to be discovered. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more fun, informative content on Game of Thrones as well as other amazing series and movies. Stay tuned for more exciting videos on some pop culture's most interesting worlds. Until next time, folks. Valimorgulis.
If you liked the content, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll stay here until next time.